Maybe you're feeling completely alone in life right now. You're completely lost. Maybe you're feeling like you've lost your way. You're depressed. You are struggling with so many things. Maybe it's the relationship that didn't work out. Maybe it's the job. Maybe you got fired. Maybe you're rebuilding your life. Understand, dude, I have been at rock bottom so many times. And even though I'm not in your shoes, I'm going to give you some principles today that can hopefully shed some light on your situation to help give you the guidance that you need to pull yourself out of this situation that you're in. But if you're new to my channel, welcome to The Ascended Man. My name is Brian. I served in combat with the U.S. Marines at the age of 20. I was a certified personal trainer for over a decade, and I've coached tons of men to peak performance. I've also coached women as well. And now my mission is to help you forward strength, elevate your spirit, and lead with purpose. So let's get into it. I made this channel for my younger self, and most of the guys that watch my channel are between the ages of 22 to in their 30s. All right. And I struggle with depression. I've struggled with anxiety. I've struggled with identity issues, not feeling like I was enough, not feeling like I was good enough. I've hit rock bottom multiple times. 3 times, actually, I've hit rock bottom. And the most recent was actually about a year and a half ago. I had a ripped physique, but I was miserable. I was living in a high-rise apartment in Atlanta, and my money was dwindling. The job that I was working was a sinking ship, and I just felt miserable and completely lost. And I had to move out of my apartment because the apartment was having issues with the building. And it was a nice apartment, but the property management was really crappy. If you live in a metropolitan area, you get what I'm saying. These apartments are very expensive, but the quality of the property management is pretty crappy. So I knew my situation was a sinking ship, and I basically didn't know what I was going to do for work, where I was going to go, but I had to get out of the job I was in, and I had to leave my apartment. So I ended up putting my stuff in storage and going to move in with my parents at 31 years old. I moved to Mississippi where my parents were living. And, I thought going there, I was going to be able to save up a bunch of money, and it was going to be all this great season where I could just stack a bunch of cash and then go wherever I wanted after that. Well, quite the opposite happened. So I get there, I leave the job I was in, and I'm literally trying to find a new job for like 4 months. And if you're in the job market or trying to switch careers and in between jobs, you definitely understand what I mean and how tough it is. But I was pretty lost. I knew that I wanted to stay in sales, but I wasn't sure what path to take. And I started drinking every day. I let my body go. I was eating crappy food. And if you've ever been to Mississippi, that part of the country is very depressing, very low energy. There's just not a lot there. There's not really any healthy food there. The gym that I went to was like 30 minutes away. So it was an hour commute minimum every single day. But I was so depressed, man. And that was going from I was being a coach before, and I was personal training. I had a really good job, and I was making good money, and that all just started to dwindle away. And it's crazy to go from having so much to feeling like you have so much to losing everything. And I went home to live with my parents, and for 4 months, I probably applied to 300, 400 jobs. I just kept getting rejection after rejection. I just kept getting denied, and I started vaping more. I was watching porn, just to self-soothe, self-medicate. And I felt terrible, man. And I still remember 4 months into it, I was completely lost. And I actually started getting closer to God. I started praying because I had ignored that in my life. And maybe this isn't what you want to hear, but this isn't coming from someone who is necessarily religious. I didn't go to church for years. I still don't. It's probably not a bad idea, but I was very against organized religion, the big box, the big business of church kind of thing. I always felt like it was very dogmatic. And I guess I was more church hurt, where I saw a lot of people in my life who claimed to be Christians and go to church, but they weren't really truly living authentically. Like it wasn't in alignment. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, I started praying to God and just asking him to guide me through the whole process every single day. God, light my path. Open the doors that you want for me and close the ones that you don't want for me. And I'm so blessed to have a mother that has been such a positive support for me. And she was the one who has been very helpful in supporting me. But our moms can only do so much, right? And maybe you don't have that support, but God has your back. And I still remember after having gotten rejection after rejection for jobs, and I feel like I'm quite qualified, but the job market's tough. You got to know someone to get a good job, or you have to really, I mean, it's hard, man. It's hard. So if you're looking in transitioning period, understand, like, I get what you mean. So it was one night, I'm standing on the beach and it's cold out. You know, it's in the winter. I guess it was February. And I'm looking up at the stars, clear sky. I see the moon, and I'm walking on the beach alone. And I remember I just started praying and I started crying, just humbling myself to God to light my path. Open the doors that are for me and close the ones that are not for me, and just guide me. And it was only when I completely just let my guard down and surrendered to God, the divine, to light my path, that's when everything changed. And within 2 weeks, I no longer wanted to watch porn because I was praying about that. I had kicked the vape. I was feeling revitalized, and I actually saw a light of hope. And I got a really great job offer. Actually got back with my other company because my day job is I'm in sales. And I got the job offer, and it was like within 2 weeks. So now it doesn't always happen that quickly, but things started to come together. And now, just over a year later, I'm in a much better financial position. My body, my mind, better high quality relationships in my life. I just recently got a new car. I was driving a old Honda Accord beater for over 6 years. I mean, I have money now, like no credit card debt. I mean, my life is completely different. And it was God who told me to start the YouTube channel. He's the one who told me to start it. And at first it was kind of scary, you know, but you have to listen to your intuition, trust that inner voice, and you have to surrender yourself. And I realized before I was living my life all wrong. It was all about me, me, me. It was just all my ego. Fitness modeling, money, money, money. I was always just thinking about money. And it wasn't about other people. And I wasn't going to God to guide me. God has to be the foundation. Try it, man. When you hit rock bottom, there's nothing else that can pull you out of your situation and give you that light except God. Number one, you have to understand Superman's not coming to save you. It's just you. You have to pull yourself out of that darkness. And now my physique is better. I pulled myself out of everything. I'm in a complete 180 different position than I was a year ago. And I'm so blessed, man. And I have to give the credit to God, because if it wasn't for him humbling me, I wouldn't be here now. It's real, man. It's real. And this isn't about church. I'm not saying church is bad, but this isn't about religion. It's about having a connection with the higher power, the divine, God. I mean, whatever, man. You're going to hear all kinds of different stuff. That is truly going to be the answer for you. And I'm so grateful for that. But I realized I had to lose everything to find everything, to find myself. Because here's the thing. If you drift too far away from God, he's going to pull you back. I don't really know if it's a guy, but God will find a way to pull you back to him. Listen to the knock on the door of your soul. of your heart. Wait and listen for that knock. And I just have to give all the glory to God, give the credit to God. It's not about me. God gave me purpose. And again, dude, this is coming from somebody who's so stubborn with this stuff for years. So if that's you, listen to me, all right? And so that's it, man. But that's the real reason most men are lost, is because most men don't go to God to give them the guidance they need. That's why 90% of men are lost. That's the root of all of it, like the foundation. So, also too, we'll touch on some other things, but porn. If you're addicted to porn, kick it. It's bad energy, man. The best way to overcome porn is to get a VPN blocker on your phone, like Covenant Eyes Blocker X. And I still pay for it now. It's like $14 a month, but I don't want it on any of my computers, on my TV, on my phone. I don't even want the temptation. And I understand that the Instagram algorithm is literally rigged for young men. Like, you could look at your For You page and just see tons of half-naked women. I get it, dude. It's brutal. All right? But you can only do what you can control, and stay away from those explore pages. All right? Any vices that are holding you prisoner, cut them, man. Cut them. If it's not adding value and helping you in your life, and you feel your intuition saying, hey, I shouldn't be doing this, you should probably listen to that, because that intuition is the authentic voice of God. All right? It's your conscience, your gut feeling. You know what I mean? Listen to it. All right? Also, the biggest thing too is so many guys are lost because they're living someone else's life and not their own. Someone else says they should do this, what their parents say, hey, you should do this, your girlfriend, your wife, and you don't even know what you want. You don't know who you are. You don't know what you want. So you have to figure out who you are and what you want. How do you figure out who you are? Well, you need to get fresh perspective. So reading, podcasts, YouTube videos, just learn more, man. You got to take in new, fresh perspectives that can stimulate thought, and then you got to reflect on them. So when you consume content, reading, whatever, you can't just consume. You have to sit in silence and solitude, sit in your thoughts and process the information, right? It's like if you're feeding a paper shredder documents and you just keep shoving them in there, it's not really going to have time to fully process, right? Unless you just give it time to do its thing and then put more in, right? It's that's probably a shitty analogy, but that's basically it. So you have to reflect, and you have to be in solitude. Cut out the noise. You have too many distractions in your life. You have too many distractions in your life. So many guys are lost because they don't know who they are and what they want, and they have too many distractions. So you got to cut back on the social media. Put your phone on do not disturb for a set amount of hours. That's how I roll with my life. And also cut out any toxic influences in your life. Think about what you're consuming. You need to audit what's coming in here through your eyes and your ears. Okay. If there's people in your life that are negative and pessimistic and holding you back, you should reconsider that relationship and what you want to do with it. My rule of thumb now, I'm 33, I'll be 34 this summer, is if you're not adding value to my life, and if I don't see that you're getting after it like I am, I don't have any room for you in my life. That's it. So that's going to be really important. Okay. And stop numbing yourself from the pain. Feel the pain. So many guys are lost because they haven't found themselves, and you find yourself in the darkness and the pain and the reflection. So sit and just think. Wake up in the morning and just sit in your thoughts before checking your phone, and just think about your life and start journaling. Journaling is a great exercise. And really just trying to sort through what it is you want. When you're driving in the car, sometimes just don't even turn the music on. Just be. Go for a walk, a long walk for 30 minutes to an hour plus with nothing in your ears. Go out in nature, by the water, in the woods, on a trail, somewhere, away from the cars, away from the noise. You got to get away from the noise so you can hear the call, because sometimes it's a whisper. Your intuition, it's a whisper. You can hardly hear it. But it's much harder to hear when you have all these distractions in your life that are dragging you down, holding you back. And you know what, man? The thing is, a lot of people don't really want to see you win in life. And that's one thing I realized. The road to success is a lonely road. Many people will love you, but also many people will hate you, because your success that you start to achieve, your mindset shift, your evolution, your ascension starts to become a spotlight shining down on their missed opportunities. And people are jealous, man. And most people don't want to see you win. People, a lot of times, definitely don't want to see you do better than them. As soon as you start evolving and becoming different, it scares and intimidates people, man. And they don't like that. So that's pretty much it, man. But make sure that you're leaning on God, staying active, staying fit. Get outside for at least 20 minutes a day. If you work from home, man, get some fresh air. You are not meant as a human to be in front of a computer screen all day, okay? So, but remember, only God can guide you. And then you have to do the work. You can pray all day long, but if you're not taking the action necessary, manifestation is real too, man. That's a whole other topic for another day, but you have to take the action. You can manifest, you can journal, you can read all the books, you can listen to all the YouTube videos and podcasts, but if you don't just turn this stuff off sometimes and just think and take action, you're never going to get anywhere. You can pray all day long. You can go to church, and all that shit matters unless you actually integrate it. Okay? So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know down below something you're going through right now. I read and respond to every single comment because I fucking care about you guys. So let me know what's going on, and I hope that helped. Hit that subscribe button for more content. I'm posting a video every motherfucking day, bro. Every fucking day I'm posting a video. We're building something huge here. And look, I'm just a man on a mission trying to help you guys out here, all right? Talk to you guys later.